Hi friends, I'm back with the second book called Toy Dance Party. Woo woo! And this is by Emily Jenkins. And the official title is called Toy Dance Party, being the further adventures of a bossy boot StingRay, a courageous buffalo, and a hopeful round someone called Plastic. Chapter 1. The toys are left in. Lumpy, the stuffed buffalo, did not go with the girl on winter vacation. StingRay did not go either. She thought she would. The girl even told her she would because she and StingRay sleep together every single night on the high bed with the fluffy pillows. But in the end, when the suitcases were packed and the car loaded, the girl and her parents drove away, and StingRay was left behind. Plastic, being only a ball, had not expected to go on the trip. No one plays with balls in snowy weather. She's here with StingRay and Lumpy in the empty house, finding it strange to have days go by without the good-natured ruckus of the people who live there. No alarm clocks, no morning bustle, no baths, no cooking smells, no laughter, no arguments, no stories read aloud. The house is cold. For several days, they are not sure how many, Lumpy, StingRay, and Plastic play checkers, and Hungry Hippos with the toy mice and the one-eared sheep. They chat with the rocking horse in the corner and with Tuk, the old yellow towel in the hallway bathroom. They watch television, but the hours go by much more slowly than usual. There's always the feeling of someone missing, the girl they love. When is she coming back again? Plastic wonders one afternoon. She and Lumpy are on the windowsill, downstairs in the living room. Lumpy is watching the snow falling outside, and Plastic has been reading a book about cheese, kinds of cheese, where it comes from, and how it's made. She's flipping the pages herself with a rolling technique she's invented. So here they are, playing checkers. They're bored. They miss the little girl. They're hanging out. The Saturday before school starts again is what they said, Lumpy answers. He feels sick to his stomach when he thinks about how the girl isn't here. What Saturday is that? Plastic asks. I don't know. A week is how long they'll be gone. But how long is a week? Plastic persists. StingRay says 5 days. What day is it now? Wonders Plastic. Is it Tuesday? I think it's maybe Tuesday. She rocks anxiously from side to side. Oomph, mumbles Lumpy. He's counting in his head. What are the days besides Tuesday anyhow? Continues Plastic. Does it go Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Fourday? I think they've already been gone more than 5 days, announces Lumpy. You mean we already had Tuesday? I mean we already had Saturday, says Lumpy. I mean the week is up. Thwop, gobble-a, gobble-a, thwop, gobble-a, gobble-a. They're interrupted. Thwop, gobble-a, gobble-a. StingRay is falling down the stairs, flipper over plush flipper, bouncing first off the wall, then off the post beneath the banister. Thwop, gobble-a, gobble-a, and then eventually bonk, she lands at the bottom. Lumpy climbs gingerly off the windowsill, while Plastic bounces over to StingRay. Are you okay? StingRay's lying on her back, and her head hurts where she banged it on a post, but she quickly turns over on her tummy and brushes her eye with her left flipper. What do you mean? You fell down the stairs. I don't know what you're talking about. I come down that way all the time on purpose. StingRay changes the subject. What have you been doing? I was reading, Plastic tells her. Did you know cheese is made in caves? Because it is. You put milk in a cave and out comes cheese. Of course I knew that, says StingRay, although she didn't. Listen, do you know where the playing cards are? I can't find them anywhere. I want to play fish. Plastic and Lumpy agree to help look for the cards. They search the downstairs, checking bookshelves and the drawers of the coffee table, but the cards are not there. They go upstairs, Lumpy climbing, StingRay lurching up each step with a strong push of her tail, and Plastic bouncing easily 5 stairs at a time. They look through the girl's bedroom again, search under the high bed, look behind the box that holds the board games. Then they realize the girl has packed the cards. She's taken them with her on vacation, where she's not taken Lumpy or Plastic or StingRay. What else has she packed? Cried StingRay, frantic. She flopped herself across the bedroom carpet. Did she pack that book about the mouse in the dungeon? Plastic takes a high bounce look on the bedside table. It's not here. Now we'll never find out what happens, moaned StingRay. What else did she pack? Their survey reel reveals that the girl has packed not only the book about the mouse in the dungeon and the deck of cards, but a box of dominoes, a carton of Legos, a paint box and a pad of art paper, a jigsaw puzzle of a triceratops, 2 Barbie dolls that don't talk and never have, and a vinyl box of Barbie outfits. Oh no, StingRay cries when Plastic and Lumpy present her with the total. Why didn't she take all the second-rate toys and leave us? There, says Plastic. She just what? She just forgot us, that's what. Forgot us and took those Barbie dolls who don't even say anything at all. Maybe she went to a place that was good for Barbie, said Plastic. Some kind of special Barbie place where stingrays would get bored. Oh, yeah? StingRay throws herself on the carpet in distress, and she needs her paint box there, and her dominoes. She hardly even likes the dominoes. She never does puzzles. She doesn't love me. She's left me. She's coming back, says Plastic. She's coming back on Saturday. She doesn't tell StingRay what Lumpy told her, that maybe Saturday's already over. By Saturday, she'll have forgotten all about us, cries StingRay. Now she's twisting over and back on the carpet, gasping and sobbing some more, and even more sobbing. This can't go on, thinks Lumpy. He has to do something. He glumps down the hall to the bathroom and grabs Tuk-Tuk, the faded yellow towel that hangs over the rack. Holding her corner in his mouth, he drags her as fast as he can into the girl's bedroom, where StingRay's tossing and flopping. With one big motion, Lumpy throws Tuk-Tuk on top of StingRay, covering her eyes, her flippers, her whole body. Where are the lights? StingRay yells. It's all yellow in here. I'm going blind. I'll never see another sunrise. Lumpy will have to lead me around so I don't bump into furniture. StingRay's still twisting and crying, but the weight of Tuk-Tuk is such that she can no longer flip over. Lumpy backs up a couple of feet, and Roompa jumps heavily onto Tuk-Tuk. Oh, cries StingRay, you're on me, someone. Someone's on me, someone heavy. Oh, heavens. I knew it would come to this some horrible day. No one loves me. I'm being squished. I'm blind, and my friends are squishing me. Lumpy sits. He sits on Tuk-Tuk, who lies on StingRay, and together they calm her down, resting on her so she feels their weight. The sobbing stops. She's barely moving now. One flipper is just thumping up and down. Finally, StingRay's peaceful. Lumpy climbs down from her broad plush back and pulls Tuk-Tuk behind him. The girl still loves us, he says. Okay, says StingRay meekly. I just got concerned for a minute. Half an hour later, all 3 toys are sitting on the windowsill in the living room. The snow's still coming down. Plastic's reading about cheese some more. StingRay's drawing shapes in the frost on the window pane, and Lumpy's worrying. The girl hasn't been here for a really, really long time, he says, breaking the silence. Where is she again? Asked Plastic. Bowling. They said they were going to bowling to see the grandpa. But where is bowling? Lumpy does not answer. And what is bowling, wonders Plastic. Is it a town, a hotel, a magical land, or what? Lumpy doesn't answer because he doesn't know. It has been more than 5 days. In fact, it has been way more than 5 days, and when it's more days than it's supposed to be, that means maybe the people are lost. Oh, cries StingRay, suddenly afraid. She loves us, but she's lost. Maybe everything's fine, Plastic says. The girl is just having fun in bowling. We cannot panic. Lumpy looks pointedly at StingRay, and we cannot pretend anymore. Looking now at Plastic. I think something's gone wrong. I think the girl's lost. StingRay tries not to panic and makes a small noise like this. I have to go outside and look for her, announces Lumpy. The girl needs me. Is that a good idea? Asked StingRay. Yes, says Lumpy. I have to be tough and brave. We all have to be tough and brave. Plastic bounces softly and whispers, brave, 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 to herself. Lumpy jumps off the windowsill and scurries to the kitchen. Plastic and StingRay follow more slowly. If I were lost, I know she would look for me, Lumpy tells them. Hello, says StingRay, following Lumpy to a cupboard, which he begins to pry open. They went in the car. Bowling might be really far away. But they could be nearby, answers Lumpy. Won't we get wet? StingRay is dry clean only. Snow looks very wet. We can't just stay home and not try to save her. Lumpy's determined. He gets a laminated placemat from the low cupboard. It has a baby stegosaurus on it. I am a buffalo. I have thick woolly fur. He stands on his hind legs and waves the placemat heroically over his head. You don't have to get wet. I can save the girl. How will you save her with woolly fur and a baby stegosaurus placemat? Asked StingRay. Lumpy returns to the sill and opens the window with his forepaws. Icy air gusts into the room. Lumpy drops the placemat out the window and onto a drift of snow and leaps after it. It's a sled, he calls as he lands squarely on the placemat and zips down the drift into the yard. Whee! Plastic and StingRay are watching him from the sill. A few feet from the house, the placemat comes to a stop. Now what? Calls Plastic. I'm going to try to find her, says Lumpy, his voice sounding small in the blizzard. Go, 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 yells Plastic. Lumpy wags his tail stump bravely. He had a tail once, a good-looking chocolate-colored one, but now there's only a stump. He squints his eyes against the storm and jumps off the placemat. Slursh! He sinks into more than a foot of snow. It is so, so cold. Lumpy did not realize it would be this cold. It is colder even than the time that toddler came over and put Lumpy in the fridge for 2 hours. Lumpy scrambles around with his forelegs and kicks with his back legs, reaching for the baby stegosaurus placemat and desperately trying to pull himself out of the hole. But the snow is soft and he digs himself down deeper until his tail stump feels the hard dirt of the frozen lawn beneath it. I knew you shouldn't go outside like that, calls StingRay from the window. I told you it was a bad idea. Lumpy struggles some more, but his paws can't grasp the now slippery baby stegosaurus placemat. I'm stuck, he cries. Don't panic, yells Plastic, remembering what Lumpy himself told StingRay. I need to rescue the girl, cries Lumpy, frantic at the thought of his own failure. The snow's drifting down and flakes are melting on his woolly buffalo fur. We're getting a spatula, yells Plastic. Then to StingRay, get a spatula. How are you going to save him with a spatula? Asked StingRay. Yeah, how? Moans Lumpy from his hole of snow. And what about the girl? She needs me. He's still trying to climb out. I'm not saving him with a spatula, Plastic tells StingRay. You are. StingRay has never heard Plastic talk like this before. It is very bossy, and StingRay's not sure she likes to be bossed. But Lumpy is her best friend, so she follows Plastic to the kitchen. Together they push a chair over to the counter. StingRay climbs the chair, heaves herself onto the tile, and looks at the jar full of wooden spoons, whisks, and spatulas. The kind of spatula for flipping pancakes, or the kind of spatula for scraping bowls? She asks Plastic. Bowls, says Plastic, bouncing high once to see what StingRay's talking about. StingRay seizes a bowl scraping spatula and leaps off the counter to the floor. Now what? Now you ride on the Diplodocus placemat, then dig him out with the spatula, says Plastic, rolling over to the cupboard where the placemats are kept. Fear crests over StingRay. But I'm dry clean only. Dig, 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 cries Plastic. Can't you go out? Asks StingRay. You're rubber. You like to get wet. Plastic looks at StingRay hard, even though she doesn't have eyes. I can't hold the spatula, she finally says. It takes StingRay some effort to get the spatula and the Diplodocus placemat up to the windowsill, and when she does, she's startled to see that quite a lot of snow has blown into the living room through the open window. Night is falling, and the yard outside looks bleak and gray. StingRay, help! Cries Lumpy. She is coming, Lumpy, yells Plastic. She is coming with the spatula. And this is where I'll stop for now. And I'll finish this chapter 1 and begin chapter 2 next time, friends. I'll see you soon.